Welcome back to Hastings County Sasquatch, everybody. This is a new year with Chris and Daryl,
Hey, how's it going?
and we're here with another episode to start it off. What episode number are we on, Chris?
Lucky number 13.
Lucky 13.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely. So,
absolutely lucky. So I guess in this episode we are going to cover a recent expedition up to Mowat Township, Ontario. Not in Hastings County, sorry, but it is.
Did you say Mullet Township?
Mullet? No,
No.
Well, it's Mowat.
Mowat Township.
Mowat.
Yeah.
Mowat. Spelled like that.
Yeah, there's some mullets up there, but it's...
Including our own. Yeah.
yeah. I let you sport a good mullet sometimes, so...
Yeah, that's awesome. So what we're covering here is, I guess, an expedition that Chris was able to go on with some colleagues from Ontario Sasquatch, Gary from Ontario Sasquatch, and Dennis from Upper Canada Sasquatch. Who,
I think it was Peter from Ontario Sasquatch.
Peter, why don't we go back?
That's all right, we got it.
Peter from Ontario Sasquatch. So, you guys were able to go up north, and I wasn't able to go on this one. But you guys got some fantastic footage and stuff that you want to share with everybody that's listening here. So, let's take it away here, Chris. Let's show everybody what you got.
Well, anyways, we were sitting on top of this footage here for the longest time because we sent it out to, I guess, a video expert or media analyst to go and check the video there. I'm not going to say what university it was, but whether it was in the United States or Canada, but it was a university, and they we do have access, but we can't say the name of the university. But you can probably take a guess. But
Well, definitely wasn't Gary University.
no, it wasn't. But anyways, what they found was, when it came to the FLIR footage that they were analyzing, the reason we sent it to them to see what they can pull up. So I guess they're going to try and do a frame by frame and see what they can pull up. So anyways, long story short, because we were using the FLIR, and again, it was a rainy night, and when you have vegetation and everything that's all soaking wet, and I guess the target that you're trying to pick up is soaking wet also. It's kind of hard to pull anything out of it. That was the explanation that we were given. Anyhow, so
Yeah, let's get into it here. Let's start off with some of the footage you got. This is
Yeah.
fantastic. Some of this I was just seeing now as we reviewed it, and the other stuff you've shown me before, but there's a couple of things I didn't even realize. So this is quite fascinating, actually, to me.
there was a couple figures that are sort of in the background here that was pointed out after we reviewed some of this film. So the first bit of footage is, I believe, from the first night. And we're sitting around the fire, and we've shot some night vision, but we're going to start off with some FLIR footage, just sitting around the campfire. And there's various color palettes you can flip through these FLIRs. It's kind of helpful. You can basically pull up subjects and what have you that might not necessarily notice. But,
On one setting or another.
Yeah, on one setting. So you have black hot, white hot, or whatever, or you have a whole different array of color palettes just to enhance whatever you're looking at.
Yeah.
So this is the first bit of the footage there from I believe it was the first night. We're sitting around the fire, and what you see out there is obviously the forest treetops, and the moon was out that night. And what you have in the foreground is like a little outhouse there, and you can see like the metal roof on top is black cold. And it was explained to me that the golden tops of the forest there, you see the gold tips and everything, that was caused by, believe it or not, the moonlight that night. Everything was illuminated pretty good, but it was apparently... It's enough that the sensors would be able to pick up even the moonlight reflecting off the trees, for that matter. So we're flipping through the different color palettes, just trying things out to see if we can see anything that might stick out. Now you guys can comment in the comments section if you see something that we might have overlooked. But generally, this is the area of the field where the landowner said, you know,
A lot of the activity comes from you.
yeah, the activity does come from here and from the tree line and stuff like that. People were starting to see like eye shine and the odd time.
Let's describe it. This is a hunting cabin. This is a hunting cabin.
Yes, I don't know.
Okay, what we're saying here. Okay,
So we had a little gifting site, and we had guys go out and check the gifting site. And these guys are on the way back, and we caught some eyes peeking.
behind them.
Yeah, behind them. There's 3 guys there. Now, we have eyes peeking from the... There, we freezed it right there. Now, these guys are on their way back, and I was filming their progress back with a night vision camera. Now, we had Lindsay in the back.
1, 2, 3, and then the eye shine. Okay.
Lindsay was in the back. We had Dennis from Upper Canada Sasquatch, and Peter from Ontario Sasquatch was in the front. So, anyhow, you might want to go and check out Upper Canada Sasquatch, because he breaks it down a little bit better.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, and somebody's going to say that's reflection, but it is interesting.
Yeah, it was something that was peeking over one of the old targets they have lined up over there. So
And that flashing is still our friends there.
yeah, that's
Okay.
it. It's
They're
just
coming
their
back.
flashlights, and I think they'll shut them off here in a second.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, all together. And then from there, it started raining. So we sort of took refuge underneath a carport, and the other half of the group here went into the covered porch and into the cabin there. So, and then from here, before I turned the night vision camera on, I could see like a dim flashlight coming through the woods, almost like our old school Rayovac flashlight. I took the big old D-size batteries. Looked like it was like weaving through the trees and what have you. So I was trying to wonder, what was causing that. Was somebody out there with a flashlight? That's initially what I thought, was somebody coming out with a flashlight. Hit the record button on the night vision, and it's digital night vision, and it does its job. And we're picking up huge eyeballs looking back at us through the vegetation.
Yeah, it looks good, like up by Madoc area there.
Yeah, it was
Like that
when I showed it
footage,
to you, you said, "Hey, does that remind you of anything?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's this?
Here's just another shot.
Oh, okay, okay.
Kept changing positions and stuff, but generally,
Are you looking up on an up angle from where you're sitting? Or?
no, I'm about 4.5 feet off the ground. I'm sitting in like a little power wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a spinal cord injury anyways that I'm getting over, and the night vision camera is resting in my hand on the
Your armrest?
on my armrest here,
Yeah.
trying to keep it steady, and I'm trying to look through the viewfinder and also at the same time look at the eye shine, because I could see it even without the night vision. So we know that deer don't emit light from their eyes or anything like that. Then, all the deck lights were off or anything like, any sort of ambient light was shut off as far as deck lights. I don't even believe they have hydro at this cabin here, so it doesn't even have any power.
Battery.
They might have power. I'm not sure, but anyways, the light was emanated on its own, and I was able to record it with the night vision here. So.
That's pretty interesting, yeah.
Good size eyeball now.
We were watching this before. We were thinking it's looking back and forth, to the right, to the left. Is there another one with it? We're not seeing any of the other eye shine or anything, but
Yeah, just the one. Now, I suspect it's from the far wood line here.
okay.
Trying on the far side of the wood line here, because there's like a couple paths that are right in front of us here.
You're on a level piece of ground, and then it slopes down to one path, and then it slopes down to another path beyond that.
I believe it was a 15 degree incline, and we'll get into that later. But I increased the intensity on the IR light on that camera, and you can see that far wood line. That's where I seem to think that this eye shine is coming from.
Yeah, we're watching this as you are.
Yeah, so and we'll get into
how far away is that other wood line?
The technical stuff in the springtime. This coming spring, we're planning on heading back up there with some surveying equipment, trying to establish how high that eyeball was, where the eye shine is coming from.
This time I'm going.
That's good. And there it is again. Now I seem to think that it's either peeking back and forth behind the tree line, or behind a tree, or something like that.
I see it there, yeah.
So there you go. This is just the night vision here. We're going to get into the FLIR as we go along in this video.
All right, coming up.
But earlier in the evening, before it started raining, we were hearing like ground thuds and what have you to the north side of that cabin. So as it started to rain, obviously, well, I was in a power chair, so I can't get into that cabin. So I went underneath the covered carport and started filming. Got lucky.
Held a pitchfork in your hand
No,
in case it came get you.
Didn't have any weapons or anything. So yeah. And we try zooming, and there's only so much these cameras can do.
And you were doing something with your finger over top of the IR?
Yeah, I'm trying to
limit it, or
yeah, I'm trying to
the beam itself.
Yeah, cover up some of the IR light, because it gets pretty overpowering sometimes, and just reflects off the vegetation in the foreground. And we'll get into something else here. Now we'll switch to the FLIR, and somebody pointed this out. In one of the trees in the FLIR video here, as I was going through one of the pallets here, they noticed something up in a tree. Now we're trying to figure out, okay, what could that be? Could that be in like an arm? Could that be a leg? Could it be like a juvenile Sasquatch?
A couple of squirrels,
Maybe a raccoon, I don't know, porcupine. But yeah, there was something in that tree was giving off a heat signature. Now we can't say for sure what it is or what it was, but thought we'd point that out to you.
Looks like something's hugging it, kind of, yeah. I don't like it.
And that's the only tree that's giving off a heat signature. And
true.
It's been raining out, so
it's pretty cool.
It should be cool out there.
What's this coming up here?
And what we got here, from where we were getting the eye shine, when I switched over to the forward-looking infrared, which is the heat sensing camera, we're getting this sort of anomaly here. It almost looks like shoulders and a head, and it's tucked in by a tree. Now, that's basically the same area where the eye shine was coming from.
In the last portion there.
Yeah. So anyways.
Are you in the same spot? You're in the same underneath that
I might have moved over just a little bit to get away from that vegetation in the front. So
okay.
I wasn't too far. I was still under the covered carport. And as you can see right here, you could see that IR anomaly sort of moving back and forth, sort of, I don't know, almost swaying back and forth.
You're trying to be as steady as possible here, too.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not on a tripod. I got it in my armrest in my hand, trying to be steady as possible, trying to catch something. So you guys can look at it out there and make your own comment. But yeah, this is
definitely something there, but
something's throwing off some heat. So that was the same area where we were getting that eye shine. So funny that we were able to pick it up, barely. Now everything's soaking wet again, just like the video analyst told us. It's like almost impossible to try and say for sure 100% what it is that you're seeing.
Yeah.
But what can you do? I'll flip through the pallets here in a second.
Well, you're getting what you got, right? You don't. What'd you expect? Going up there, you hit and miss when you're trying to find these things, or not find them, but at least document them in some way.
Okay, we're flipping through the color palettes here, and you can see, there's something there for sure. You see a little dark spot there in the middle.
That looks good. That's better. And the red is the foreground, right?
It's like a
before it
little
slopes down.
It's a cross member there from
that's
the porch. That's not ground or anything.
That's the fence of the port.
Yeah, of the carport.
Okay.
They pile firewood up on that one side. So you can make out some movement.
And there goes.
And that was Peter walking in front of me. And you'll see him walk right back again. And here's the FLIR T-case. This is the model I was using, and well, it takes photographs and also video files too. And you just plug her into your computer and you download it. So
no sound.
No sound, of course. No, it's pretty handy.
It's kind of neat. We used that at the Madoc location where we had some our homesteader friends were.
Yeah.
That's
our
subject.
IR anomaly again. And I think we're going to have another figure come walking right into the picture frame here, coming from your right hand side, going to your left.
I'm anticipating.
So this is, I believe, is the whole full reel that I shot. Now, I'm sitting here just trying to record that anomaly, trying to keep it as still as possible. It's kind of hard, but I'll give you a bit of a map here from.
And you weren't always looking through that viewfinder. So.
No, I wasn't always looking through it. I was just trying. Yeah, from time to time I would go and peek through it, and try and keep it on target. And here we go. Here is a basic layout of that camp that we were at. So we had Mike's car, and it's parked on a little trail, and the other triangle or this rectangle on the end is Peter's truck, and you'll see there's Peter's head would disappear right where that X is, because there's, like I said, a 15-degree decline on that trail.
There's another photo coming up, but also you can see up at the top right it says direction of travel of IR figure.
Yeah,
you'll see that in a second here. We'll definitely show you that, because then there's the anomaly at the very top that we were focusing on, and that just in that past footage.
That was where we were, right where that comes in contact. That 110-foot line. That's where that figure was, in the little far wood line there, and that's where we're getting the eye shine from.
And those, like you said, those boxes are cars that were parked there.
And that plays in when it comes to trying to judge a distance here. I'm trying to figure out, this IR figure that walked by. So, here's Peter's head. You can see how low he is compared to where this eye shine was coming from that far wood line over there. If you notice the vegetation on behind him there. Mm-hmm. And you'll see in a second.
See if we can get that going.
Yeah.
Speeding it up a bit here. There we go. So he would have been down the lower corner by the logo.
Mm-hmm. You'll see where the logo is, that's where Peter's head would have been. So you can see it's fairly high up. Put a little freeze on it.
Wow. Yeah. A bit of a two eyes there.
I wish we could have We could have ran down there and
Tackled it,
well,
catch it in a net,
got a little closer.
hit it with a shovel.
I don't know about that, but
I'm not running anywhere near
we'd
these
try.
things.
We'd try. You know, it'd be handy would be a thermal drone.
Yeah, and we are looking at those right now. To those that do follow us on this show. Thanks to all the new listeners as well. We noticed a lot of you coming in. But yeah, we're looking at drones right now. We're just trying to see if a thermal drone that we can use, and we're thinking about getting multiple ones.
Yeah, probably a total of 3 for now. So we'll need some drone pilots out there. So if you're experienced,
Let us know.
let us know.
Or if you have a drone and you'd like to come along before we can afford these things.
Yeah, if you have a thermal drone, by all means, get in contact with us because you'd be handy in an investigation here.
We'll pay you in beer. Yeah.
I don't even think I had a single beer that weekend.
Yeah. It was the same thing when we were up in Madoc. We maybe had 2 beers or something.
Yeah, I was
just after dinner or something like that. We're too busy, we're too wired on whatever was going on around us.
But definitely similarities to what happened at Madoc as far as the eye shine goes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and you can see that video here. It's a 7-minute long one. That if you look through our video list, you can see it there. That's just a short version of what happened there.
Now keep an eye on some of this footage here on that back wood line there. If you see something that maybe we might have missed, let us know in the comments here because this is where you guys can pop in and help us out. I know there's this thing called pareidolia, right?
Pareidolia,
yeah. I don't want to comment or say anything, but if you guys see something and other people see something, maybe there is something there.
Well, there's no 6-foot tall bunnies out there anyway. So.
Yeah, don't radiate, light from their eyes, really.
Harvey. So this is just some of the leftover footage there. Oh.
What'd you see? What did I miss?
No, right there in the center almost. Center just to the left a bit. You can see the eye shine right lower that brightest leaf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we almost need to... man, if we had a great big, huge, big screen TV right now, it would come in handy.
Couple. I guess we can utilize it next time. That's a good idea.
And here we go. Trying to zoom in and it doesn't do it justice. It just pixelates.
We just got new cameras as well.
Yeah.
We're going to keep these ones around for observation as well. We're going to put them on. I want to put mine on a tripod and just leave it sitting on a table or wherever away from us and see if we can get anything moving.
Yeah, if we have a couple extra people coming on an expedition or an investigation, we'll have maybe a couple extra cameras kicking around for you guys to
play with
and see if you can catch something. It's certainly doable. Like, these things see well in the night. Okay, now we're getting into our IR, and that's our
subject that you're originally focusing on.
That's where we were getting our eyes shine, but you'll notice he'll pop his head out just as this guy comes in. And that is the suspected Sasquatch that we caught on FLIR here.
I was blown away when you showed me that. You guys all had to make sure it wasn't somebody going down to those vehicles. Everybody was accounted for.
It was raining.
It was raining.
Everybody was inside and covered. So James the following week came up and he walked the same path. I don't know exactly how far away he was there, but he's on that second path, and we froze him. We froze him here for this, and we have a 5'8" tusk subject, same height as him, at 70 feet away. That's where I suspect James was, and we tried to superimpose him.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. He might be a couple of feet off, maybe. He might have been a little bit further away.
And that is not a Sasquatch. That is a test photo,
yes,
just so everybody knows.
Just a superimposed photo of James.
Yeah, and the test. Okay.
So we suspected the direction of that subject that was walking by was 75 feet. That's what we figured. And there was a parked car in the way, so that you would naturally would have to walk, about 75 feet away. And this chest subject at 100 feet away through the FLIR, so you can see how tiny the person is. And then back to 70 feet, kind of small.
Yeah, pause it if you have to. Yeah.
Superimpose it again.
Yeah.
Now there's one of the slices here of the head of that figure. We took a screenshot, and we're just going to compare it to other photos, known photos of a Sasquatch.
That's the
Genesqua from Tamagami.
Yeah.
You can see the jawline, how it's sort of protruding, much like
some
yeah.
apes.
Yeah.
I mean,
and this
primates.
photo's courtesy of
Who knows if they're a primate?
Ontario Sasquatch, by the way. So.
Yeah. Thanks, Peter.
But yeah, nobody had a large head like that. Our observation target, you kept pick out the eyes and the thigh, and we'll run it through again. I think this is just the stock footage. I think we sped this thing up a little bit so you can catch some of the movement of that one eye shine target in the foreground. Flipping through the palettes. I don't know. What do you guys make out of it? I don't know. Definitely something there. There's Peter going through again. He's going to pop back through again. Yeah, so this is the footage that we sort of sped up a little bit. See if you can make out any movement from that one subject in the far wood line.
Yeah. Not bad.
All right, back to the other footage here of the subject that's coming through. Here we are, and we have that obviously slowed down.
I mean, it looks huge to me. That looks so. When you showed me that, I was like, "Holy cow!"
Well, everybody was accounted for.
Looks thick shoulders, and then it's below the.
Yeah, and a
It's
very
going down that driveway.
so obviously that was on a black hot setting, so you can see how hot the head is. But you look at the shoulders,
normal speed.
it's almost like it's almost cool. Almost like, well, maybe the fur or the hair was soaking wet because it is raining out there.
Great shot. That's good capture, man. Awesome. Looks good to me. I mean,
it can't be anything else. This isn't some
else?
Joe walking off the street because we're in the middle of nowhere out here. So we guesstimate the height of that thing to be around 6'8". So
it's like Hulk Hogan walking through there.
Pretty much, and I don't think there was anybody that height in the camp there. 6'8". Mm-hmm. I think the tallest one is maybe 6'1" to 6'3". That was the highest or the tallest person there.
Yeah.
So there you go. That is the footage
from our your trip up to the Mowat township, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Not too far from Lake Nipissing. Look up there if you're looking on Google Maps.
Mm-hmm. Tell us what you think, guys, in the comments there. And
that was fantastic information there, Chris. That was wonderful. I can't wait to go on the next expedition with you guys coming up in May. Did you want to share the latest sound we had there?
Yeah, actually, we're gonna ask you anything new in the news department, because we did get something. So
I got something come in the other day. It was a a Millbridge incident up by Millbridge, and there's a gentleman that's been there for 20 years at a hunting cabin, or a cabin of some kind. He didn't say it was hunting, I guess. I just assumed that much, but he does say he does hunt there, but I'm not sure if he lives there permanently is the point. So he's gotten some vocalizations off in the woods for the first time being there in 20 years, the strangest thing he's ever experienced. And you can see the report a little bit more in detail on the Facebook page, Hastings County Sasquatch on Facebook page. It's the latest post. But yeah, he reports that the deer would normally come up around. He's on a ministry land there where it's a deer reserve, I guess. And he called it a deer yard. Does that sound familiar to you? Yeah. And the deer typically are around his home area, bedding down. He sometimes, I would assume, sees them and stumbles across them.
There's a ton of deer up there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's a ton of deer on my property area. And yeah, he was saying that one morning he was awoken by some wolves howling right outside his door, and he feels that they normally stay away from the lodgings in that area, but unless they're pushed towards the houses. So he feels like they might have been pushed that morning, and then later on that night he got the vocalizations, and we'll cue it up here for you in a second.
All right, here we go.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to cue this up and play it here for you. As I put at the top of the post, it says, if anybody has any idea of what this might be, please weigh in. We'd love to discuss that. We're open, of course. We don't think everything is Bigfoot right off the hop. We always want to look out for any other likely explanations for things that happen.
Well, I don't know what it is. It sounded really weird.
It doesn't. Yeah, it sounds weird to me. We have one comment on the post from a guy that follows named Sammy, and he thinks it's within human range. He says so, and that's a good point. That's what we're looking for, that type of input. So, but it does. It sounds pretty strange. We're trying to think of anything else that would make that noise out in the woods.
A bear.
A bear, yeah.
Yeah, they're hibernating right now. So.
It's kind of familiar to my experience up at Rue-Bottom Lake. A little bit of whining off in the woods, kind of like that. It was a little bit more subdued, but anyway.
Let's hit play and listen.
Let's hit play and let's listen. There we go.
I think that's it. Let's play it again.
That's pretty much it right there. Yeah, it goes on for another minute and 15 or so.
Start it again there.
All right.
That almost sounded like two of them. Yeah, so there you go.
That's the latest. That came in from Millbridge, Hastings County, in the. Let me go back to the post here. And that's at the Tudor Cashel Township.
I used to live not too far away from there, just up the road.
Limerick Township?
And around there, yeah. And yeah, I had enough experiences up there.
And incidentally, this location is actually within, half an hour of our homesteader friend's place as well. So they should find that interesting to find that out when we post this, and we'll let them know as well. So I guess that's it, Chris. We got anything else you want to talk about?
It's been pretty quiet right now, so I haven't really got much. So But, if you had an encounter or like to come on our show, if you have a story to tell, by all means, please share with us.
Yeah, let us know on the Facebook page. If you want to put a message out there, it'll come right to me. If you want to go to the Proton Mail, what is it? HCS?
No, hc.sasquatch@protonmail.com.
Yeah, Chris will typically pick those ones up.
Yeah, so, that's our video for,
This round?
the newest one out of the new year. So
Lucky 13.
yeah, there'll be more coming, especially as we move forward into, probably May, I think, is the next expedition we're moving into. So, like I said, we're putting the call out to if you are a drone pilot and have a thermal drone that if you guys would be interested in coming and joining us.
Getting scared with the rest of us, too.
yeah, by all means, shoot us a message and we'll make arrangements. Meet up with the gang.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to Hastings County Sasquatch YouTube.
All right, we'll catch you guys later.
Bye-bye.